Hi. Hey. Hi. It's me, your void, and I journal a lot. This is a side of me I don't really talk about on my channel all too much, but I am quite the active journaler, and I have my own little ecosystem here. And I thought I'd just walk you through the way I do things for once, and maybe use this also as like a little comparison for me, because I am not completely set on this system. I changed it up during 2025, and I'm not at a point where I think this is the thing, this is the GOAT. So this will probably change all throughout 2026. So I thought I'd make this video to A, show you how I do things, and B, show myself how I did things compared to how I'm going to do things at some point. Because this will probably change. So this whole thing, this is a whole ecosystem. We have these two, and this one is also filled with a bunch of journals. Let me walk you through it. Let's start with the main thing. That would be this one. I cannot tell you where this journal is from, because this one is literally just a thing that I picked up at the local grocery store when it was an offer. I can't tell you anything about the brand or something. It's just a journal, period. And in this one, I have two things. First, I have my monthly spreads for my bullet journal exploits, I guess. You can see I have little printouts. Little spoiler for the videos I'm going to put in there. But like, this is where I put my monthlies. I put these in because I'm too lazy to draw them up, but I sometimes draw the monthlies out. But these are just some printables I found online. And these live in the back of this journal because that is the only place I could put them, because they do need a full A5 sized page to work out in the way I want them to work out. They also hold next to the calendar. In this one it's on the printable, but I'm not using this one. But these are basically, I use them as inserts to like flip out. I just have to glue them down first. And then I will usually put my habit tracker. You can kind of see it ghosting through here a bit. I usually put my habit tracker and like a list of chores that needs to be done, the list of videos I want to film, and the things of books I want to read behind the monthly. And then I have just a little flip out situation going on. And the other thing I have going on in this journal is a diary, a little diary thing. I'm not going to stop on that one, but this is my brain, specifically in the morning, because I journal in the mornings. This is what's going through my brain. This is me recapping what I'm doing in the day and stuff like that. This is what's going on in my brain. It's an odd combination to have my bullet journal monthlies in here with my diary, but at the same time it just kind of works. It is very strange. And it's probably one of the things I actually need to change up once I'm done with this one. Because yes, it works, but I also on a regular basis forget to check in with my habit trackers in the back. And I really like habit trackers. I kind of need habit trackers to keep myself accountable. So I need to figure out what I'm doing with that once this is full. I'm almost done with the diary section. I only have this much left. No idea how long this is going to last. I usually write between 2 and 4 pages each morning. That is how many thoughts I have. That's how many thoughts I need to get out of my brain. This is the one I probably spend the most time with in terms of journaling. Next up is another one of those. It's just a different design, but it came from the same shop. I still have no idea what brand this is on, but yeah, sure. And this one I left as it was with the tabs in it. This came with tabs as well. But I left the tabs of this one in because I actually need these different sections. Because in this one, I put down any and all thoughts that actually have a theme to them. The red one, for example, is for YouTube stuff. This is where I like write down different tags that happen on BookTube. You know, like this is the mid-year freakout, for example. When did I do that? Like, and it's just like vlog ideas, evergreen content ideas. This is not another tag. This is literally just me planning stuff for YouTube. That's in the red because YouTube is red. So I thought, yes. Purple so far is completely empty. I have nothing for purple yet, but I'm pretty sure I will find a way to use that. Green is for my research into Arthurian legends, because I discovered that I actually am a big fan of Arthurian legend content, like retellings and everything. So I thought, what is the actual myth? And I started looking into, okay, what are the original sources? And then, like, what is some media that is based off of Arthur, the modern retellings to read? And then I just started taking notes on that, because I started reading the original sources. And that is what I could try to continue doing, just taking notes on Arthurian legends, because I want to know the source material of all of these things. And then, like, see where it went with all of these modern-ish adaptations. This one I also have digitally as a spreadsheet with funny little graphs and stuff. If I remember to put a picture in, you are now seeing a picture of that, but I don't know. And I also have, like, musicals in there. It's shit to watch is separated into TV shows and movies. I have more books on there, like, and I just want to learn more. Then blue is all about social media. It's like Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and how to manage readathons and stuff like that. That's all in here. I'm not really using it currently, but I try to be better at this. And orange is just random lists of, like, books that I want to get my hands on and blah blah blah. So this is literally just having thoughts and putting them into lists or notes. But they have a theme. And that's what's living in here. And this one is probably going to last me all year long, to be honest. Especially because I haven't used purple yet. So, nice. Then we have two very similar notebooks, simply because they were once upon a time one notebook, and then they were just cut in half to make two strange notebooks. This one, I cannot show you the inside of this one, because this is where ideas for scenes live. Scenes with characters from all of the stories I'm writing, all of the books I'm writing, but those scenes don't fit into the actual book. This is more like basically a brainstorm collection for short stories and or novellas. That may or may not happen at some point. I cannot show you what's inside there, not just because it would be spoilers for certain characters, you have no idea who they are, but also a bunch of this is not safe for work. A bunch of the notes I have in here are not safe for work, so I cannot show you these because YouTube will try to kill me because of that. So you have to just trust me, there are notes in here for scenes and short stories. And this one is actually related to this one, because this one I have elected is now my new story planning journal. I have 0 title ideas, as you can see. I went back to my original way of doing NaNoWriMo. The first time I did NaNoWriMo, I did this, and it actually kind of worked. So we have title ideas, then we have plot ideas. You can see that it's plot ideas. I don't have that one yet. We have a name bank. We have some opening lines. And then world building with magic and science. I'm blurring all of this out probably. Then we have more details on world building with character information. And this is where all of this, what you just didn't see, this is where all of this started with a single piece of notes. So this is basically where this is now living. This is only the bare bones. This is only how I start my stories. So this pattern of title idea, plot idea, first line ideas, character names, name bank, blah, blah, blah. All of this will probably repeat all throughout this, because every single thing I write starts out as a collection of handwritten notes. I actually have a little box where all of my, yes, it's Targaryen coded, all of my idea snippets live. All of these are ideas that came to me, or little, like, writing prompts that I thought are interesting. This is where all of my stories start. Every time I have a random idea, I put it in here, and every now and then I just dump it out, go through it, pick one out, and be like, do I feel like writing that right now? But this is how all of my stories start out. Be it a song lyric, a scene idea, a world building idea. Like, look at this. It's just this happened because someone around, like, the bank down the street just caught on fire. That's what sparked this. So like this is how ideas live. And then sometimes I realize, certain ideas fit together. And at one point, enough of these ideas fit together that I can just put them together into a really coherent story. And once that happens, they go in here. And then I just fill this up, and then we go. And when I then have an idea that doesn't fit into this, or into the actual book, it lands in here. And last but not least, we have my traveler's journal. This one is an amalgamation of multiple other journals. First and foremost, we have this one. It's beautiful, I know. This is basically the other part of my bullet journal. You saw the monthlies in one of these ones. This is where the dailies come in. It's basically just me writing a to-do list every single day. I do have weekly overviews in here, and then it's just running to-do lists. It's just to-do lists over and over and over again. I'm almost done with this one, so I already made the next one because I make my inserts myself. These I don't see the need to pay money for inserts when you can easily make them yourself by just cutting some piece of paper and slapping some stickers on it, you know? So this is the next one. It's literally just a bunch of empty paper, and I'm just putting to-do lists on it. Then next up we have story ideas. This is, again, kind of phased out because all of that lands in here, but this is the journal I take with me on the road, so to speak. So if I have a random story idea and I don't have anywhere to put it, I put it in here. There's also some writing advice in here. Sometimes I just count the words I do when I do writing sprints. And sometimes there's like full-on world building in here. Like, who knows? Like this is where my writer brain goes on the road, basically. And everything else lands in here because my brain is full of thoughts and I kind of need to sort them out. So yeah, this is the I don't even know what half of this is, but I needed to catch my thoughts before they disappear. This is actually like planning what I read for an old round of Adventure Marathon. Like this is just me thinking out loud, basically. And we have these. These are going to be thinking out loud pieces once I fill this one up. Again, I made these myself with a bit of craft paper and a bit of printer paper, and that's just it. They were inspired by field notes, so now I have two randomly placed in here. Then we have this one. This one holds some paraphernalia I never use, and the maintenance thing. This is where, like, for example, passwords live for sites I don't use often enough to just memorize the password. This is where certain dates that I need to remember live, that stuff. So I'm not going to show you what's inside, but this is basically like this is stuff you need to remember, but you never remember to remember them, you know? And then we have this one, the D&D homebrew ideas. I love D&D, and I love DMing, and I love homebrewing, so I do a lot of world building. I do a lot of mechanics. Like, I have a whole list here of, okay, spells I want to make based on shit that I see. Classes. I make subclasses. I made all of these, and they are kind of playable. I also I make monsters. I make a lot of monsters. The stuff, like the lore stuff. This is actually another race to play as. And like, just all of this. This is like just me thinking out loud again, but for D&D. And then we have just some miscellaneous things like tags, a ruler here, some tea, because again, I take this one with me on the road, so this is some tea I like to drink, some tea my friends like to drink, some band-aids, hair ties, stuff like that. And that is it. That is my very chaotic way of holding on to my thoughts, because they are fleeting and I have a lot of them. As I said, this is definitely subject to change. I am not too happy with how I set up things. This one is fine-ish. I'm probably going to change this one. Funnily enough, this is the one I'm close to finishing, so this is the first one I'm going to change, period. And yeah. This is how my brain works. Now you know. If you made it to the end of this video, let me know if you journal, if you have a diary. You don't need to tell me what's in it, but like, let me know. Are you an avid journaler? Do you have a whole ecosystem like I do? Or do you somehow manage to put it all in one place? How? Tell me your secrets. If you don't want to talk to me at all, leave a writing emoji down in the comments. You know, the piece of paper and the pen on top of that. Leave that down in the comments below. And yeah, I guess I will see you in the next video. Bye!